What's up, you all? Welcome back to another episode of the Wiley Show. I have updated news on Jussie Smollett. His legal team filed an appeal, and he was sentenced to 150 days in county jail. And his legal team, they filed an appeal to the courts, to a higher court in Illinois. And as of right now, there is a ruling on that particular appeal. And so as of right now, he have not been granted an appeal. So for the people that are just coming in, Jussie Smollett have not been granted an appeal. So this is on TMZ. Jussie Smollett and his legal team are going down without a fight. A rep tells us, we wish to highlight the decision was divided with Justice Land or offering a detailed analysis in favor of Smollett. We are preparing to escalate this matter to the Supreme Court armed with some natural body of evidence. Jussie Smollett took a big L in court because his conviction of the hoax attack was just uphill. An Illinois appeals court handed down the ruling, a 3-judge panel voting 2-1 to uphold Jussie his conviction. According to the legal documents obtained by TMZ. This is something, this case is multiple different things. When I was doing my research on this particular case, this was like Jussie Smollett family started using their power, and Kim Foxx decided not to press any charges, decided to drop the case. It was somebody else that went to the judge, but like, no, this is wrong. And they filed some stuff and they asked for a special prosecutor. And the judge, he granted it and said, hey, you can get a special prosecutor and let's get into this case. Let's see what's going on. So they was granted a special prosecutor and they brought up some charges, and he was convicted, had to serve 150 days in jail. Now, my audience on my station here, I remember this like yesterday because we watch his sentencing. We watched that entire people send out letters and all type of stuff. Send out all type of stuff. They would send out letters. They were sending out, pleading to the judge. Jesse Jackson, people were sending out. His grandmother spoke up about this matter, etc. A lot of people spoke up about this all over the internet. And so we decided to say, hey, let's go ahead on, let's cover this case. And I went on station here and we were listening to it all. And now his team said, okay, let's go on and file. Me personally, he would have been done out of jail, 150 days. He would have did that almost 2 years ago. He would have been done. But obviously he decided to say, hey, no, we're going to take this to trial. We're actually going to fight this and appeal this. Obviously, it's a waste, because if it doesn't get to the Supreme Court, he's going to go to jail and serve 150 days. The reason why the media was so involved in this, because number one, it was a case of, oh my gosh, these 2 Trump supporters, they attacked a gay man. So it went viral across the world. But I don't think Jussie Smollett understood that it got caught, because the police, they investigated. They found out what really happened. The 2 brothers came out and said, we were hired by Jussie Smollett to attack him, and we're not a Trump supporter. We're clearly Black. So this was to show you an example. Just don't lie. Like, I never understood, because Jussie Smollett is so powerful and he's so he's on top of the world empire. He's an amazing director. His family goes generations in Hollywood. And for him to sit there and lie, I'm upset, because Jussie Smollett definitely does a lot of good in the community. I think he was so obsessed, and I agree with this. Someone said in the documentary, it was on Fox Nation. I personally feel like Jussie Smollett was so involved with, I know I'm going to be the next Malcolm X, I'm going to be the next Dr. King or whatever. And he just went and lied. And you didn't need to, because you still could have been out there acting and really doing something for your community. Now you got to face 150 days. Now, 1 day in prison or jail is a lot, but 150 days is really not that much. That's about 2 months, actually about 4 or 5 months, if I'm not, or 6 months if you say 150 days. But it's not that much to the point where you're spending like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years in prison. But he will be serving his time if it does not get picked up by the Illinois Supreme Court, Illinois State Supreme Court. If they decide to say, hey, we're not going to pick this up, he got to go serve that time. I don't know if they're going to pick it up. I highly doubt it, because it's very difficult to get your case heard on the Illinois Supreme Court level. So I highly doubt that. But we shall see. I am 100% confident that Jussie Smollett will go back to jail. I'm 100% confident. He didn't have to lie. It was crazy to lie. Because I'm looking at him like, bro, you got to spend 150 days in prison. I mean, I keep saying prison, with jail. Like, all for a lie. And you didn't even get done with the lie. Like, that to me is like foolish. You didn't even get past the lie because you got caught, and now you got to deal with the consequences. That's the crazy part for me. The crazy part for me is that you lied and you embarrass your family. You embarrass your sister, you embarrass your mother, you embarrass people in your family, all because of a lie. And it wasn't a good one because you got caught. And whatever the reason is, because only he would know, it was foolish for him to lie. I don't think he destroyed his career, because, again, he still was able to do a show, B-Boy Blues, and that movie did great on BET+. I think he will come back being just an incredible star. But he shouldn't have lied, because that was crazy. And after his lie, he couldn't even do Empire no more. Empire wasn't the same. He destroyed Empire. It was so bad. Not only they canceled Empire, they canceled Stars. Lee Daniels tried to bring the show back up. They said no. It's like it was something good. Like, Empire was so powerful. It was so many people watching that show, and then people just stopped watching. And then once that indictment came down that Jussie Smollett lied, people just say, you know what? I'm done watching this show. I'm done with Jussie Smollett. He's a Jussie Smollett. They was really making fun of this man. Republicans had a field day with this because you blatantly lied. And for him just being black, was disheartening. We shall see. Give y'all more details about this. I did get this in my DM, and someone texted to me as well, and I'm just greatly disgusted. They said that show surely went down the drain. If you ask me, it did. They said he woke bored in the day. It cost him all this. And when I was watching Empire, y'all don't know, Empire was a lot for the city of Chicago. Like, a lot of my people was like, we love Empire. Like, even though we kind of was embarrassed, like Empire, they pretended like they were in New York, but they taped in Chicago. We were excited because our film industry is not that huge in Chicago. Like, yeah, we got 911. I think not 911, Chicago PD. I think we got another show that taped. But I personally feel like that was a big blow for the city because it created a lot of jobs. It made you want to be a superstar. That was one particular show. I was like, I got to audition. Like, I never tried to audition for something, but I never was able to get in. But it was a great beacon of life for the city. And so was Jussie Smollett was a beacon of life. You said what? She said, did you see her other pink shoes? What, pink shoes? No, I didn't see any other pink shoes. Give me 1 second, you guys. You said pink shoes. No, I didn't see any pink shoes. I didn't see your pink shoes at all, my booty. Okay, sorry for I was highly interrupted. But I'm super excited because when I was excited for the city, and I'm just like I'm angry that he lied, and then you put it on the city because It was a huge debate. I will never forget it. It was a huge debate in the city. It was like, I don't believe it. And I didn't believe it. I said, I don't believe it. I've been gay in this city. I've never heard anybody getting attacked for being gay. Not in my life. Not saying it didn't happen. It just didn't sound right. And then when I was on the bus and I was talking, I said, it just don't sound right, because you literally have you in this wealthy neighborhood, really no crime, and gays walk through the neighborhood all the time. Then it's in the middle of the night. You talking about you going to get your Subway sandwich, you hungry. I personally didn't believe it. I said, I don't believe this. This doesn't sound believable. And it just sounded weird. And so when I started reading the newspaper and I started seeing one of the guys, I think from ABC 7, one of the affiliate stations, the local stations, he started getting tea. He started posting tea about the police department is saying pretty much it's sketchy. They don't believe Jussie Smollett. Pretty much they were denying that it's pretty much lying. And I said, wow, because it's so difficult to get the police to spread information about an open investigation. They really don't do it. They'll say no comment, no comment, no comment, no comment. But when they start spilling tea to reporters, they don't believe what's going on, and they're gonna spill some tea. And the reason why I think they was on eggshells on this case at first is because this is a black man. He said he was attacked by 2 white men, because not only this could turn into a racial incident, but it's also considered like a hatred thing. Like, and then also he's famous. Oh my gosh! Like, and this happened in Chicago. You know how Chicago would get dragged about being violent, etc. But then it came out. He didn't do it. Just for that, they was not attacked. It was all a lie. So it was embarrassing for the cast. It was embarrassing for the employees. It was embarrassing for the staff. It was embarrassing for the network that they have to deal with this criticism that one of their top stars is blatantly lying. And he got in trouble for it. But his family was like, hell no, he ain't going to no prison. We about to broker a deal. And they get on the phone with Kim Fox. And then before you know it, the case was dropped. And that kind of dampened her career, Kim Fox. And I interviewed Kim Fox, our Cook County State's attorney, when I was at Brandon Johnson at his inauguration, the mayor there. And I interviewed Kim. And I asked a couple of questions. One question I regret to ask her, did Jussie Smollett, that deal you brokered with his family, did that kind of destroy your career? Because I think that kind of destroyed her career. It tainted her career. Because already she was getting beat up from the union, getting beat up from people in the neighborhood that she was just soft on crime. And this particular case just really kind of like destroyed her. Even though she won re-election, and I think she would have continued to win re-election because she's a black woman in Cook County, and Cook County is mostly Democrats, and they're going to vote a black woman in. But I just felt that it was a disservice because she used her power to shut this down. Yeah. Okay. So that's just how that goes. So when they did that, give me a second. Okay, hold on, y'all. Okay. So when they did that, that literally was a lot. Okay. I gotta go back to the hospital, you guys, and check on my mom. She did her surgery was a success. She's in the recovery room now. That's why I got on this visitor bracelet. So just considering to pray for me as we take the journey back to the hospital. So yes, but this story just came up. So I said, let me just cover this, and then I'm gonna get back in the car and go back to the hospital. All right. And so it was a success. You know, it really was. All right. It really was. Because at first my stomach was just like, oh gosh, I didn't want to go to this. I was nervous for her. I was nervous. I really was. I got up here early this morning, took a shower, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm praying. And I thank you all. And my mom was like, oh, he got to do his show. He got to do his show. I'm like, Mom, don't worry about my show. but nevertheless, she's doing much better. So I can get back to doing my show. Yes, but thank you all for y'all prayers. Thank you for your prayers. That's all I can say. Your encouraging words. Thank you for your massive prayers. And I was supposed to go live last night, but I had to get some rest so I can get up and take her to the hospital and get her together. But thank you for those that have known and have been praying and have been keeping an eye out on this. And so I personally want to thank you all for that. So it's been a lot, but we are here and praying for the people that woke up that's getting surgery. There was so many people getting surgery. So I'm like, oh my gosh, let me pray for these people. Like, whoo, Lord, it's a lot. All right, it is a lot. But I said I got to do the show to get my mind off a lot of stuff. And I was talking to one of my producers last night, and we were talking, and I said, we come to the internet so you can forget about the crap that you're going through in your daily life. Some people go through a lot. And so like the YouTube forum is a way to offer entertainment. I will never forget Jaquez before he died. He was sick. And he said, Be Love Life saved him for him to eat because he wasn't eating. And watching Be Love's life encourage him to eat. I said, wow. And then encourage him to do other things. And I said, us as YouTubers, I'm going to say this. We are so powerful. And a lot of us don't understand our power. That you have people that watch us more than regular television. They are more concerned. They watch us more than regular television. So it's truly, truly a blessing. All right. Truly, truly a blessing. Okay. But yeah, she have helped a lot of people. And I will never forget, he told me that before he died, he would speak about Be Love's life. The only regret that I had is that we didn't get a letter from Be Love's life to like read at the funeral or something. That was like the only regret that I had, not reaching out to her to write a letter and stuff. But he really loved that woman. Really, really loved that woman. And Be Love Life actually came into our chat a couple of years ago. It was me, Ahmed Brown 09, both of us. We were co-hosting a show, and Be Love Life came in the chat, and she responded to us. Me and my mom during that time, Ahmed Brown 09, and we did an episode together. But yes. Okay. Now, Jussie Smollett, I don't know what about his future going to hold. My phone has been beaming, and because people talking about this, it's like a time of in Chicago. Because Chicago is a very segregated town. And it's very segregated. So when you listen to a white Chicago stations, those white Republican, like conservative stations, most are middle-aged white guys, right? And I like listening to those stations. Number one, to get another perspective. Number two, so when I code switch, I understand the language. I used to work with conservatives. I used to work with all type of people, right? So I would listen to those stations. And one time when Jussie came up on there, the language that they use, though, it pretty much of those type of people. And I'm like, now, wait a minute. Just for that is not the representation of all black folks. And I remember I called into a station and I said, first and foremost, Jussie do not represent all black folks. He just happened to be black and he lied, but that's not a representation on the black community. Because I got a feeling that they tried to box him as a Democrat, as black, and we all do that. And we don't all lie. No, not like that. Now, let's make that all over here. I will call it to white stations. I'm gonna tell you that I've actually, one of my this guy I'm reaching out like for some office space. That's another Republican. Because, of course, when you try to do office space, they ask for your business name. And so one of the particular videos that I sent him, if me and Blue Skies talked about the debate, because he asked, what are you going to utilize the office space for? And I told him what I'm going to utilize office space for. And he said, and we were talking about Jussie Smollett, because the story pulled up about Jussie Smollett. I just don't understand, why did he have to lie? Why do he have to lie like that? And I said, well, it's multiple reasons why he had to lie. Number one, he was famous. Number two, he wanted some clout, and people will do some dangerous things with clout. And they want to keep that. You got to understand, when you're famous, when you're popular, you would do anything in your power to keep that clout, to keep it. You did anything in your power to keep that clout. And it's not needed, because if Justin can take it all the way back, I think he wouldn't have lied if he understood the consequences. Like, I get it. In some cases, you do have to lie. I get it. But in this case, he didn't have to lie. This wasn't a life-saving procedure. This wasn't for him to get released from being kidnapped. He did this for some clout, for some, oh my gosh, just what I did. Let's renegotiate his contract. Let's make him more famous. That's crazy. That's really, really crazy. I thought you were talking about B Scales. No, B Scales. Well, B and B Scales did some videos together. But no, I'm talking about this one particular episode. Chris, I hope your mother feels better. I hope so too. I hope she feels better. I hope she cut back on all the workload that she have. She have a very workload that is heavy workload, and I hope that she pull back on her workload. Like, again, she worked with the children, and she worked, go visit Granny, and I just hope she kind of pull back and take care of herself first. You know what I'm saying? Take care of herself first. I've had to learn, you guys, to say no. I have to learn to say no. And I'm so glad that I can go in my happy place. I got no kids. Because sometimes, it's a lot when you have to do 5 or 6 things and 7 things on a daily basis. It is a lot. It is very traumatic. So when I see her went into the room, I say, you need some rest. Phone just still ringing off the hook. Ring, ring, ring. I say, you need some rest. All that stuff. It's a lot. And women go through a lot. And I said, ooh, I cannot wait. I can get home, give me some rest, and see what my future going to hold for 2024. Because I don't want to go through what I went through in 2023. And yeah, so I want to travel more. Me and Couture, we're going to be in Vegas. Also, we're adding, I believe I'm adding New York to the docket as well. And I think I have an idea what I'm going to do in New York. So yeah, I just want to travel more in 2024. Like, I really want my year of 33 to be a year of just traveling. So I'm going to travel more in 2024. So really looking forward to it. And I thank everybody that's going to come and see us in Vegas next year. But yeah, New York, of course. I'm definitely going to have to hit up New York. I have to hit up Virginia. I have to hit up Baltimore. Just a lot of places I do want to hit up. And of course, y'all know I'm going to go back to Atlanta. I got to see Atlanta in there. And this meet the people. I had got on the phone, one of my producers, they went to West Clark. And I think I told y'all this. And she said, Miss Angie said hi. Told me to tell you, hey, because she came there for the meet and greet and giving her some more business. I said, that's amazing. So like my whole strategy for 2024 is just to continue to go to different territories and to do live broadcasts, to do the live broadcasts in these type of shows. I have an idea what I'm going to do for New York. And I will let you all know that. For Vegas, I just want to just get to know the people more. Never been to LA, so LA definitely got to be on the docket. Just travel more for the show. And it's a lot of things I wanted to do for this year. I didn't get able to do it because it was a lot of family stuff, but I already told my family, I said, listen, I will be traveling more in 2024. I have to travel. I cannot get bogged down with people that want to do nothing. I got to experience like, in 2024. So that's pretty much going to be the year of travel. And I'm looking forward to it, to see each and every one. And looking forward to collaborating with Couture Bay, meeting her. She's an amazing talent. And there's another YouTuber I reached out to. I'm going to call them. I'm going to reach out to them either later today or tomorrow. It's a male YouTuber. I'm going to say, hey, do you want to meet up with us in Vegas? Bring your people and stuff like that. I'm going to reach out to them as well. I'm going to call them as well and see if they want to do it. I actually reached out to them maybe like a year ago. So they said they had to think about it. So let's see if they'll do it the next year or two. That'll be something. Vegas is a good place that we can hang out, do karaoke, drinks, party, all that good stuff. But yeah, we have to do that. We have to travel. And I think some people have of course, my Vegas people, and of course, I never seen Katie Talk 101. Welcome. She's going to be coming as well. So shout out to Katie Talk 101. We working on the flyer, you guys. Gonna be a nice flyer. Paul's working on that flyer. I got to get my picture and Couture Bay picture so they can see her picture on there. Couture Bay, I got to see her. Get a picture of her. But other than that, so they can see that. All right. So pray for me and my mom for her healing. Praise him. And yes, now when it comes to Jussie Smollett, I do feel bad because I don't want to see no black man in jail. And do I think he should have went to jail for lying like that? No. I think the best thing he should have did was to pay the $100,000 to the city of Chicago to pay for the police overtime and all that. I just think it was overboard because nobody was hurt. None of the officers was hurt. Jussie wasn't hurt. Nobody was hurt. Only thing that was spent, money was spent. So on police resources. So I believe that Jussie Smollett should just write up the check, pay the city back what they put in with the officer and the overtime, and leave it like that. Him serving 150 some odd days is just a waste of taxpayer money, in my humble opinion. It is a waste. All right. So if anybody want to say something on the phone line, you can. Moderators, if y'all want to post that number, I got to get up out of here. The number is 972-674-9462. And I am kind of feel bad for his family, because they didn't ask for this. They didn't ask to be judged because he lied. They didn't ask for this, and he did this, and now he got to deal with the consequences. And that's the sad part about it. He got to deal with the consequences. All right, and we are really praying that he learned his lesson. Because he went off. He just went off in the courtroom. If anybody say that I'm going to delete myself, I'm not going to delete myself. I said, oh, Lord, here you go. So this is a mess, but I'm glad that we as the public get to witness this mess. And hopefully that we stop with the BS, okay? Hopefully. Now, we'll be back live tonight with some more videos. And I'm looking forward to it. I had to come and jump on this story with the Jussie Smollett situation. This is like a closing of that. If anything else come up with Jussie Smollett, I will personally come back live and talk about it. Because we have to talk about this. Because we cannot play games with this foolishness. We can't. We got to keep it real. And what Jussie did was wrong. He wasn't right. And hopefully one day he learned his lesson. Now, we'll see y'all later on tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Jussie, I'm praying for you, brother. This, to me, is I'm going to counsel you, no, because I still watched that movie that you directed on BET+. One of my favorite films, by the way. It was a great movie about two men loving each other, humping each other. Great movie. And I wasn't even thinking about, oh my God, Jussie lied. Like, I get over it because I'm like, nobody was hurt. But there is a sector of Republicans that want this man to be canceled. There's a sector of the Republican Party want this man in prison forever. And come on now, For real. And if he goes to prison or jail for 175, then what about Trump? We shall see. Because Trump did a whole lot. And they have to elect him probably. He probably will be back in office in the next 4 years. So we shall see. All right. Thank you all so very much. Little black boy, you beautiful. Little black girl, you enough. When times get hard, always remember to put God first. We'll be back with some more videos. I'm going to do a whole full-fledged show. I'm going to try to do like a 2-hour show tonight. I just had to come for this story just to give y'all an update on my mom. And then this story popped up. So I will see y'all later. All right. Thank you all for y'all prayers. And I will see you on the next episode. Peace.